Watch me draw as I explain the evolution of my OC. Okay, so I first drew Jan in 6th grade, when I was bored and wanted to draw someone with curly hair. He ended up being the son of a play maker in the medieval age. He doesn't look like Hess from that era, lol. And then he quickly evolved into my orchestra story, Project Orchestra, in which he started a band with his cousins, Theodore and Whale. Well, technically half siblings, but it's so complicated because Theodore's mom and Whale's mom are sisters, and Jan shared a father with Theodore, I think, but his father divorced Theodore's mom for Jan's mom, and then divorced Jan's mom for a random lady he ended up having a child with. But I quickly ended that story because it was too boring. There's more, but I left out a lot in case this video doesn't do too well, until I added him, Whale and Theodore, into my multi-god story. That's not what the story is called, but I forgot the name. Jan ended up going to the military, Whale a teacher, Theodore detective BC. Jan ended up working for the villains of my story. I forgot why, but I think it's because of his family. But then he turns good and works with the heroes of the story, or maybe it's vice versa. He worked with the villains, stopped and then went to the military. At this point, cause that story was so complicated. He ended up getting a girlfriend though. I ended up creating a story without him, but added him later to my undesirable story. That's not the actual name, but I forgot. And his name was Igan. He basically was morally gray in this one, and in the story he gets like kidnapped, and he has the choice of being unalived or working for the organization that destroyed the company he worked for. The company he worked for was basically a monopoly that got rid of people who lied a lot. There was a system of debt where everyone had a brain chip with an AI that basically monitored their every move, and every time they lied they would owe money. Forgot to mention, but I made this one in 7th grade and the other in 6th, and then I made him black because I wanted more representation, and I made him friends with Dedamona, another one of my LBOX. I would love to make a lore video if y'all are interested. And basically Igan was still an assassin, and that's all. Well, not really, but I put some effort into this vid, and I want to make sure people actually enjoy it before I go into more depth with better writing and humor. I would really love to do that.